And we are back. United Seven Kingdoms, episode 3, titled The Squire. So I'm assuming in this episode we're going to find out a lot about Egg, even though this is the shortest episode we've seen of the series to date. So I'm assuming somehow I'll be able to make it the longest reaction. Hoping not, but hey, hoping you're new, hoping you want to, be sure to be subscribed if you're new. It makes it easy to keep up all the content. And as always, the like button is greatly appreciated. But this series has been hitting on all angles thus far. Unfortunately, last episode was a little jarring with hard salt beef being just what it was that was something. I was not prepared for that in any mentality whatsoever. And we also had a fish head being bitten off, so I'm wondering what other deplorable things within Westeros we're going to be able to find ourselves in here as we're learning more about Dunk, and we're finding out just how noble he truly is, even though I still have my doubts of him actually being knighted by the time Sir Arland of the Third Sword passed. But enough about that, and enough about my new trauma pertaining to that and that prosthetic thing. Let's do further, and let's enjoy the Squire together. Let's engage. Hey, Egg, can we find a new pastime while I'm passed out, asleep, unconscious? Can we not stare at me like we're one of those horror film children about to do the unthinkable? Thanks. Appreciate it. Okay, are you robbing me, or are you preparing to be my squire? Cause I got questions.
He's twice the size of your last rider, and the field could be just like this or worse, so you best get your feet under you. My father told me you should never talk to a horse. He said they're dumber than dogs and only understand the crop. But I don't think that's true.
I mean, I'm happy you think that, but I am not pro-horse. I never trust something that can kick you once and kills you. But at the same time, majestic creatures, very powerful, very useful, just... I'll keep my distance.
Not bad.
And Dunk slept through all of this. How far away did you go? A couple miles? Because if someone shows up, we are still a 10-year-old with a sword that we can barely carry. Good luck, my friend.
It's not stealing if you mean to put it back.
What's wrong with your hair?
What's wrong with your eye?
This kid does not give a singular care in the world. What's wrong with your eyeball? Well, he's missing it for starters, so could be a bit of an issue there. But this is also the first person who has astutely been like, hey, you're a kid. Why don't you got no hair? That's a bit odd in these parts. It's like with Varys in Game of Thrones, it's like no one asks him like, you shave your head, or are you just like bald? No one talks about it. Probably should.
You're Sir Robin Risley. You're the maddest knight in the Seven Kingdoms.
We are a vessel for the warrior. When it is madness bid, it is madness delivered.
Madness bid, madness delivered? What kind of madness do you happen to have where your eyeball pops out mid-joust and you're just like, I'll keep going? For me, that's a whole day ruiner. Like, I'm kind of done. Like, I'm gonna go pack it up and go home and rethink my life.
Then quit jawing and get the brushes. Thunder looks like he's been dragged through a hedge.
What about breakfast?
There's salt beef after you're done.
I'd sooner eat the horse, sir.
You'll eat my fist if you don't do as you're told.
Yeah, I think even Dunk at this moment in time is like, I may have gone under little overboard there with that one, a little too thunderous. Just I'm ticked off that I was worried about his safety, but I have to project it as this leadership thing because we can't just be open and honest about our feelings of, hey, kind of care about you as a friend, and I'd prefer you as a child alone in the woods not to have anything happen to you. But let's just be overprotective first.
There.
Yes.
Sir,
Mm-hmm.
is it odd that I have black hair growing out of my stones?
It's odd that you're telling me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I know we're getting close and we're getting buddy-buddy, but your, underside location, everything going on down there, your business. Your secret, not my concern. Just, unless you have, like, some kind of sickness or disease that you're super unsure about, be like, hey, everything's starting to smell like aged mustard. Maybe tell someone, but otherwise, I don't need to know.
The right of first challenge goes to knights of high birth and renown. Are you a knight of high birth and renown, sir?
Wait, so I cannot enter the list today?
Not today, sir, no. Only knights of high birth and renown.
Then why have I been vomiting all morning?
It's a mystery.
We did all this work, all this mental prep. We've been, yakking as best as we can, just kind of clearing out, the body. Because I know plenty of people, like, before football games, they would just be incomprehensibly sick constantly. But then, the minute the whistle blows, they're ready to go. But by the same token, I feel like Egg could have told us this, but I'm also curious how you became privy to all of this information. If, you are, in fact, your mom's dead and then your dad's from King's Landing. Not everything's adding up here.
Do you like goose eggs?
Your shield will be ready this evening, so.
Thank you.
That minute, when the pretty girl walks away and you're just, oh, I'm such an idiot. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Why did I embarrass myself like this? We've all been there 100 times over. Kind of feel for you, Dunk. That had to have been moonshine. Ain't no way that was anything else. Definitely moonshine.
Can't even drink a pint of ale.
Yeah, because it's disgusting.
It's not disgusting.
Yes, it is
It's not
disgusting.
disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Well, then I won't buy you another one.
Good.
When your bro's been through some weird level of trauma, so you have to just poke him and prod him a little bit about it, kind of give him the what for. But they're definitely becoming quite a bit closer and kind of a beautiful friendship going on here, albeit in the weirdest, oddest of circumstances.
Might it surprise you to learn that my Lord Ashford has ritually overspent on his daughter's pageant?
It might not.
No, the rich kind of do these kind of things where they try and impress people who don't actually care to preserve a social status that they genuinely don't care about internally, but for some persnickety reason, refuse to be looked upon as lower than anybody else. Just spend within your means. If you're unhappy with it, who cares? Not my concern.
What do you know of Lord Ashford's youngest, Sir Andrew?
He's a deaf lance.
Indeed. But we're a challenger to come forth. And on us, Sir Andrew, against all odds, the lucky few who backed such an unlikely winner would find their pockets full.
Okay, so what you're saying is we're going to bet against the heavy favorite so we can win at higher odds and get our money back and, kind of help smooth things along at the meadow. But does that also imply that Sir Andrew is throwing this, or are we going to have to beat him clean? Either way, that also implies that we accept, which I doubt Dunk does. I just doubt it.
Let Sir Andrew take the fall, and you shall have his horse, arms, and armour as recompense for your role. A tidy sum for a young edge knight who presently calls an elder tree home.
I mean, that's the come up of come ups. You literally just showed up and you impressed people so much that they're like, you know what? we can use him. We can make this work to our advantage and have him help change the odds of our house forever. And it's like, sure, we're giving up quite a bit, like the horse, the armor, the arms, but the financial gain we'd get back is fantastic enough for us that we're like, yeah, this is kind of worth it. And Dunk would be able to make a name for himself, but is it the way he wants to?
Arian, bright flame!
Where's Dad? I know Makar is not exactly a fan favorite from most people's perspective because he didn't even get any titles. But where is he? Because I know his sons are missing. Is he out looking for those while Arion is left to his own devices?
Come out, little knight. It's time you face the dragon.
Come and face the dragon? Look, man, I don't know if you know the history of, like, people who usually self-nickname themselves. Odds are, it doesn't go or bode well for you. Maybe stop while you're ahead, if you're even ahead.
Kill him! Kill him!
Low class move on his part, but also, Egg, why are you shouting for this guy to be killed? Because the only other words he's been shouting for every other participant is come on and woo. Kill him? Seems a little bit strong. We seem to have a personal investment in how this joust goes.
It's too low.
Oh, no. That was way too low and very, very much intentional. That is disgusting. Low class move. Baylor just It's like we just came out here just to have a nice little relaxing time and to kind of hang out with the common folk. So what do? Decide to piss them off as badly as you can. Good job, Arion. Good job.
That was a terrible sight. But a squire must be strong. A mishap may befall me, and I'll need you to keep your wits if it does.
That was no mishap.
You seem a little too sure about that. What kind of relation do we have with Arion here? Asking for a friend.
Do you suppose there wasn't this, sir?
The crippled girl who shoved her hand up men's arses.
I think there probably was.
Of course there probably was.
I mean, that would be a legendary tale if true. But also, how good do you have to be at something that people immortalize it via song? Let alone being a cripple girl who shoves their thumb up people's bum. That's a new one.
Honor.
A misfortune girl making the best of her natural gifts.
One might wish for more.
That's one way of looking at it. But also, if that is my only natural gift, I think life has taken a very bad turn for me.
Say your fortune.
Oh, yeah. Go on then.
You shall know great success and be richer than a Lannister.
All right, positive, richer than a Lannister. That's still something in this time. So we're happy with how that's going. Why am I so nervous about the boy?
You shall be king, and die in hot fire, and worms shall feed upon your ashes. And all who know you shall rejoice in your dying.
You know what? Maybe not. Don't. Can we do take backsies? Because you seem to know your stuff. Because normally most fortune tellers just tell you good news, and they don't really ever give you anything bad because they want you to pay them. That's how that works. For her to be like, yeah, you're gonna be king, but you're gonna die in hot fire, and people are gonna be happy that you died, and worms are gonna eat you and your flesh as you're, burning away. Where's the good news in that?
I heard Arian were in spitting rage at Lord Ashford for giving away his horse.
Little comfort that will be to Sir Humphrey. It looked as if he was going to carry the day.
Now his leg shattered like a baking dish.
My squire thinks Arian meant to kill the horse. It's just hard to accept that a knight might be so dishonorable, let alone a prince.
Why is that hard?
Okay, why does everyone share the same sentiment? Is there some anti-Targaryen stuff going on here? Because it seems like the tension's a little high amongst everybody about them.
Blood magicers and tyrants who've burned our lands, enslaved our people, dragged us into their wars about a mote of respect for our history or our customs. Every pale-haired brat they saddled on us has been madder than the last. Gods know how. The only honourable thing a Targaryen can do for this realm is finish on his wife's tits.
When your buddy's had too much and all of a sudden gets really, really passionate about something that shouldn't have been an issue whatsoever. Tell me how you really feel, Raymond. Tell me how you really feel. Yeah, you could have heard a flea fart in that moment in time. I think everyone kind of knows that the guy who calls himself the dragon isn't probably keen on watching even a fake one perish. So, good luck to this.
Aaron's a saw. Arian's just vain and cruel. The third's so useless, we're going to ship him off to a citadel to make a maester of him.
Yeah, that third son is kind of important in Game of Thrones. Good old one and only. The Maester at Castle Black. Love how all these pieces are like slowly slotting in perfectly. Good writing. Oh, no. Ow. Oof. Just even the thought of that. My goodness. I guess he didn't like the show very much. Throw a tomato. That's crazy. I don't think we're supposed to be hitting princes. That is the correct response. But social etiquette would also tell you, maybe we shouldn't have done this. We've stepped in it now.
Why did you throw your life away for this whore? She's scarcely worth it. It's a traitor. The dragon will never lose.
It looks like you just lost to me in a fist fight in a matter of seconds, so without your homeboys here, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be alive to chastise me for what's transpired here. Why are we speaking up right now, Egg? And why did they seem to react to you as if they knew you? What's going on here?
Let's go with him. Wait, yokel, do as I say.
You impudent little wretch. What's happened to your hair?
I cut it off, brother. I didn't want to look like you.
Pardon me, just don't mean to butt in here. Brother? You're a Targaryen? I mean, that would explain the shaved head, but you don't act like the rest of them. You act more like Baelor. Like you stick out like a sore thumb, but in a positive way. What's your history here with Arion, though? Because this beef seems to be like a Blackfire and Targaryen beef. It's very serious. I guess we'll find out next week, because more or less, we're not getting the episode right now. But again, episodes every other day in the reactions. But if this was like, as the series coming out, my goodness, left me on the cliffhanger of cliffhangers. My goodness. Egg is a Targaryen. And Dunk just threw his life away. Regardless of how you chalk things up, regardless if we have a Targaryen on our side, we also have a Targaryen against us. Let alone an older, more vain, more cruel one on the opposition. And now, we more than likely will be executed or will have a trial by combat. And, well, as much as I don't like Arion, He's been trained by the best men in the realms his whole life. We were adopted by a drunk dude with a third leg out in the middle of the woods who was singing to us in what appeared to be Dothraki. I don't like our odds, but what I do like the odds of you stick around by hitting that subscribe button and consider hitting the like button if you have not already. Helps promote the video. And as always, 7 days a week worth of content for you, the viewer, here at the Sarcastic Geek. I have been Sarcastic, I have been the Geek, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.